for me being a young kid, it was more so me not knowing what an actual home was. Being in the car, sitting at the rest area, we thought home was a car.
What's up, Cowboys Nation? Nicole Hutchison here with another First and 10 presented by JCPenney. We've got Juanyeh Thomas, Big Deuce, not the little one. Hello.
Ma'am.
Thank you for joining me. Appreciate
Always.
you. Always. Talk about, your first couple of starts. It's been some time since 2023. You got 2 starts. But what's it been like, finally getting some consistent opportunities to prove you are a starter in this league?
It feels great, but like I said a while back and stuff, I practice like a starter. I always get ready like a starter. So whenever my number is called, I'm ready. But as far as being out there more, it feels great.
CJ Goodwin has always talked about the fact that, you do practice like a starter, but it shows up in special teams in particular. 2023, a blocked field goal attempt against New York.
Right through by Thomas, who blocked it.
2024, returned onside kick that Mike McCarthy was not happy about, but it's okay. You got it done. In 2025, blocked extra point. Of course, Marquise Bell takes it to the crib, 80 yards.
Catch blocked. And they can return this for 2 points.
What's the secret for you?
Obviously, coming into the lead and making the 53 in 2023, I knew my role was to be a teams player. So when your role, you can hone in on that role. And then I just wanted to see if I can make a play in any spot on teams. Literally when I'm out there, my main goal in my head is to make a play. So every chance I get on teams to make a play, I'm gonna make it.
We see it. We see it. You built your career on toughness and being ready for the moment, but it didn't come out of nowhere. That strength didn't come out of nowhere. September 24th, 2004, where you've been very vocal and public about, that was probably one of the worst days of you and your family's life. When you think about that day, what does it represent for you?
The day of change of my life, not just for me, but for my family. That day, as a young kid, seeing that caused me to grow up early. It caused my siblings to grow up early, and just seeing the hurt and pain look on my mom's face, that was one of those days to where it's time to step up. It's time for a change, and I am actually glad that happened. I'm glad that day happened, because without that day happening, I do not think I would be where I'm at. I don't think my family would be where we're at now. So that day right there changed my life. So
take me back to that day. You were about 4 years old?
Yep.
I know you were young, but what do you remember most that night?
Honestly, I remember being in my older sister's room. She was tickling me on the bed. I'm sitting here laughing, and then the smoke detector that went off, and then my mom came running in the room. She's like, "We have to get out." I really didn't know what was going on at the time of oh, okay, a fire, but who set the fire, which I'm not gonna say his name, but and then we had to go to our neighbor's house, and then I'm sitting there looking out the window, looking at my home burned down to the ground, and that house is literally all we had. And after we lost that house, man, it was all downhill from there. So.
Yeah, some things that a lot of people probably couldn't even get through, including myself. Talk about, the Red Cross. I know they gave you guys $250 voucher, 3 nights worth stay. You guys were in and out of cars. Just what was the most difficult part of those days?
Honestly, for me being a young kid, it was more so me not knowing what an actual home was. Being in the car, sitting at the rest area, we thought home was a car. You know what I'm saying? I feel like for me personally, just being in that moment there, and then obviously not growing up without a dad, so that was it's tough. So
something that Solomon Thomas has he told me was that there was a little bit of anger when his sister, he lost his sister and by suicide. And there was some anger on his part because, that was his best friend, And so was there ever any disappointment or anger coming from your end at all?
Getting emotional now talking about it and stuff. So, but it's really angry. It's anger on my part to where how a person can do something to the person that they say they love, So And then obviously it being my father,
Yeah.
you know, and then just seeing the look on my mom's face, her being a single parent, that's hard, raising 5 children. Like, you have to do this, that, that's tough. And now that I'm grown and I have a kid myself, I actually get it. And the thing is, my mom did what I'm doing now with 5 children. So just, you know, just seeing her, man, I'm proud of my mom. She deserves everything. So
I'm gonna get to the little nugget.
Yeah.
But your mom, I remember reading where they called her Smiley because even through everything that y'all were going through,
Smiling.
she smiled through it all.
Yep.
What did that, you know, you guys experiencing all of that kind of reveal to you about your family's strength?
It was really based off my mom and our habits, the way we came out the house, all came through her. Literally, we called her Smiley because you will never catch her frowning. Every time you see her, like if she came through the door, she would be smiling. So I try to smile, you know, and be a happy person around people because you just don't know what people are going through. And that's what she told me. Like, you always have to have a smile because you could see a person on their worst day and they see you smile, make them smile. You know what I'm saying? So contagious energy.
Yeah.
So.
Well, we can see it on
Yeah.
It's obviously contagious. At what moment did you decide that everything that you had been through, you wouldn't let kind of define you, but instead you wanted to fuel you?
Honestly, I would say my 7th grade year in middle school when I started to realize that football can take me far and I can take care of my family. Something just kicked into me. To where like I have a chance and I have to go hard at everything. I go hard at everything, literally. And from then on there to now, like it's the same thing. So I would probably say my 7th grade year in middle school for sure.
And keep kind of grinding through it all has been like the theme of, you know, your whole life and your football career. Undrafted free agent in 2022, 2023, kind of still playing limited time. 2024 as well, 2025, of course, you're starting. But what's a story that illustrates what this opportunity and this means for your family now that you and your brother are now playing in the NFL?
Honestly, it is a dream come true. And I never take the day for granted. I never take no op for granted. You know, I'm starting now. I never take it for granted. And it just shows the hard work you put in as a young child will pay off, and you never know when. So in my mind, I just had to keep going. So
what would Big Ye tell Lil Ye if he had the chance?
I would say cry now, laugh later, because in that moment as a kid, things are gonna be tough and they're meant to be tough, but eventually, you're going to make it to the top, and then you can laugh about those times. So
I love it. Well, we're going to talk a little bit of football now.
Switch
gears. You guys are getting ready to take on the Washington Commanders, and I know I remember post-game after the loss to the Panthers, you were obviously upset, the entire defense as a whole, just because, I mean, y'all know that that's not the standard that you guys feel like you guys have hit. How do you guys get to clicking and figure out a way to click heading into this matchup?
Honestly, it starts with every single person. Every single person needs to go in the bathroom, look themselves in the mirror. And you have to ask yourself, are you being that player that I'm coached to be? Are you doing your job so everybody else can do their job? And honestly, that's where it starts. So.
And Schottenheimer talking about, you know, he's looking to simplify a lot of things. What does that look like for you specifically?
I mean, obviously, whatever he says, wherever Flus says, I try to take it in and do the job for, you know, I'm not going to really get into like the schematics of it, but yeah.
Okay, well, best of luck to you. I appreciate you sharing your story and appreciate you, Juanyeh.
Thank you, Nicole.